Ronald Reagan gave me the idea to shoot my recent campaign video where I dropped my pants saying that I'll drop everything to get your vote. A lot of people thought it was hysterical. A lot of people thought it was sacrilegious, but of course, it garnered a lot of eyeballs. But it was Reagan that gave me the idea. I was having dinner in mid-1994 with a dear friend, Nancy Davis. She had invited her parents, also Marvin Davis, the billionaire, great guy, and her mother, Barbara Davis. I love her. They had invited another couple, President Ronald Reagan and his wife, of course, Nancy Reagan. And it was the six of us having dinner at a restaurant called Chasen's. It was very popular at the time. Had the greatest chili there was. I was eating chili that night. And as we were sitting there during the course of the dinner, Barbara, being the hostess that she was, sat Marvin in his very big chair that they used to bring in for him. He was a big man. And put him next to President Reagan, and then put me next to Reagan, and then it was Nancy Davis, and then, Nancy Reagan and Barbara. And we were having dinner, and in the course of the dinner, while we were all talking, Ronald Reagan says to me, "Larry." Now, the reason why he called me Larry is because earlier in his career, I had written some speeches for him when he was running, both as a candidate for governor of California and then as president. He says, "Look at here. Look at my belt." He says, "I had to take it in 2 notches. I've lost weight." I said, "Wow, you must have lost a lot of weight." And then we continued to eat. And then 15 minutes later, "Larry, look at here. Did I show you my belt? I had to pull it in for 2 notches. I've lost some weight here. I don't want my pants to fall off." We laughed. Then we continued to have dinner, and sure enough, later on in the course of the dinner, he said to me, "Larry, did I tell you about losing weight? Look here, look at my belt. I had to pull it up 2 notches to tighten my waist. Don't want my pants falling off." And it dawned on me, this is weird. He's told me the same story in a short period of time. And I looked over at Marvin. He had heard these interactions, and he looked at me and the worried look on my face, and he went, then I realized something's wrong. And sure enough, later in 94, President Reagan announced his dementia, Alzheimer's, and that was a sad moment, a sad time. And I realized I had witnessed it before it became as bad as it did. And it was sad. But the idea of his pants falling off just always stayed in my head. Wow, can you imagine Ronald Reagan, the President of the United States, making a speech and his pants falling off? I always thought about that. That's what led me to the idea to shoot my campaign video. So to those who thought I was being sacrilegious, maybe I was, I don't know. I want you to know the video was inspired by Ronald Reagan, and it's my tribute to him. He was a great guy. And running for Congress here in California's 32nd District, I tell everyone, I'm living in Malibu now, and in the Simi Valley and San Fernando Valley, this used to be Reagan country. I'm running to take it back, boy. So, Mr. President, thanks for the story.